Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Almina. Thank you for joining me wherever part of the world you're currently listening to our video blog and podcast. Today is actually the 18th of October, Friday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, almost close of the week day, and looking forward to rejuvenate this weekend. Thank you for joining me. Always truly honored and humbled to have you listen to our podcast and support our initiative to basically help those less fortunate, the marginalized, and hard pressed in the U.S. Within our society, as well as in other parts of the world. You know, so with that said, you all probably are all aware of that it's political season in the U.S. and there's quite a bit of you know rhetoric and political maneuvering that's been happening between the Republican, Democrat, and even Independents. And so I thought I'd reflect on one particular strategy that's been deployed by the Democrats, which I find extremely strange and troubling, given that I thought the overall prerequisite to build up a society and to unite people is by not isolating and cherry picking who it is that uh, you help and try to um, influence to basically support your overall country building strategy. You can't build a country when you're dividing population and cherry picking who it is that you want to talk to and try to appeal to. You want to basically unite a society and try to, inspire them to want to become better people, better, members of communities, and better to become better citizens and residents of our country. With this said, I fear I really haven't yet fully understand why the Harris campaign have decided to participate on a show whose host is notorious or have had issues regarding using race to reel in audience to basically poke fun of a certain segment of our population, um, so that he can acquire more eyeballs to watch his show and retain his overall market strategy in the you know comedy genre. I understand comedy, but what I don't understand is when you know a leader of a society who is a current sitting vice president and an aspiring president would go on a comedic show that is hosted by someone who feels as if the only way to, gain an audience and, make people laugh is by attacking a race and a segment of the US population, which are the Asian Pacific Islander people. Asian hate in America is very real. There's been a lot of attacks, reported attacks on Asians, violent attacks, even workplace discrimination, institutional racism. Asians have had more than a fair share of, of marginalization in America. I know this because I'm one of those people that have requested assistance from the Obama Biden administration when they were in office, and again to the Biden Harris administration in writing and on their and also on our social media platform. All I basically got was an acknowledgement saying that they received my correspondence. Nothing was done. No aid, no relief, no justice was provided throughout the years, you know. And here, Miss Harris going on a show who has basically had it's hosted by by someone who deliberately makes fun of a race and a segment of our population. Um, is baffling to me. I don't know why she would do something like that. Okay. Um, it's just very counterproductive, in my opinion, when so many people have been trying to unite the country, remove all these racial friction and reduce hate in our country, and then you would have a sitting vice president and an aspiring president get on a show with a host, okay, that simply does not realize the kind of, you know, damage that he inflicts on people just so that he can make a buck. You know, his money surpasses most of the people that he's attacking, he's purchasing power, and yet he's marginalizing them. And now you have a sitting vice president and a potential presidential candidate participating on a show that they would have their beer and basically discuss things that they claim to be of importance in our society, while you have a segment being targeted and basically marginalized um, as a form of revenue for the host. Okay. Um, just don't understand how that is. Mr. Clifford even got access to the national broadcasting platform in our country. Previously, he was just on cable, but today he's got access to the whole country, even though in his previous shows, he utilized his, you know, overall influence to make fun of the Asian Pacific Islander community. I find that really strange. You know, as I mentioned, I've contacted the White House previously when Mr. Barack Obama and Mr. Biden was his vice president, and they've, taken time out of their schedule to have a bear summit, okay, for African American individual who was basically harassed by some police that didn't know who he was. So I find it strange that they would cherry pick who it is that they would, support and provide assistance to, when there are marginalized people in America that have no voice, virtually no power, no means of influence because their stories are not being covered by the national news. And yet the president and the vice president would sit down because there was a discrepancy between a police officer and an African American individual that could have been amicably solved between the two of them. Okay. Is this really the society that we want? We want a society that is so fragmented and divided that we're constantly going to have problems, interacting with each other, especially when it's, being promoted almost in a way that is so obvious. I mean, a sitting vice president of a country would go on a show with a host who had been, you know, triggering hate towards the Asian American population. It's just unbelievable. And, it's still mind boggling. So, I mean, she's asking for 4 more years to be in office. And the last 3.5 years and 3 years and actually 10 months that we've been asking assistance from the White House, from her office, off the Biden's office, Biden administration's office. Nothing was done. So we just said, I hope America will realize the character and caliber of those that are requesting for them to basically put them back in power and make decisions that will shape the future of our country. I'm only just one voice. I realize that. And I thought I shared some light uh, in these kinds of situations uh, until it becomes a national wake-up call for people to, utilize their voice and their democratic, you know, freedom to put the right people in power in our country. This said, thank you so much for your listening here. My name is Al Mina. I'm the concept author of Face Economics, which is the realization of the social media platform and economic development to help everyone succeed, regardless of their background, race, national origin, religion, and whatever else that they hold near and dear to their heart. Thank you for watching. Take care.